Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Work in Progress, a conversation series hosted by myself, Julian Lute, and Ed Frauenheim on behalf of Great Place to Work.
Work in Progress is designed for working professionals. Whether you're a people leader or an individual contributor, we want to help you thrive by keeping it real. We're focusing on the stories and experiences of people during this tumultuous time. And we want to continue this focus with another example of how companies are creating a great place to work for all amid the COVID-19 pandemic.
This week, we're excited to be joined by two employees from a unique company based in Geneva, Illinois. Even if you haven't heard of them, you may have tasted their creations. FONA International ranked 77 on our Best Small and Medium Workplaces competition in 2019, and most recently ranked number 5 on our Best Workplaces in Chicago list for 2020. FONA creates and produces flavors for many of the largest food, beverage, and nutritional companies in the world. Today, we're joined by Melissa Valenzuela, a food safety system specialist on the product safety and quality team, and Barb Pugesek, the Director of Customer and Cultural Excellence at FONA International. Thank you for joining us today and welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Of course. Ed, let me turn it over to you to kick it off.
Thanks, Julian. So Melissa, let's start with you. Tell us about what you do at FONA and what it's been like coming to work during this pandemic.
So as Julian said, I'm part of PS&Q, Product Safety and Quality Food Safety System Specialist. My everyday kind of tasks are getting out what we need for our customers, sample related, as well as environmental monitoring and prerequisite programs that maintain food safety aligned with our customer audits. Coming into work during the pandemic, actually, at first it was scary, nerve-wracking, all those emotions that we had. But as time has gone by, we've actually really, as everything has happened and people have been helping, those kind of emotions have gone. They're still there, but it's not the same. All the support that we're getting is definitely helping ease all that. And
Great. And one of the ways we've learned about how maybe some of those emotions of fear may have been calmed down is that we learned that you all invested in some fogging equipment that helps disinfect the office. And we were struck that your executive team took the lead in going at off hours to disinfect your facilities, your offices late at night or over weekends. What was that like for you as an employee to see your executives doing that, Melissa?
It means a lot, and it's like an overwhelming kind of feeling because, as I said, coming into work, you come into work thinking what's going to happen. You don't know what has been sanitized. You don't know where someone has passed by. When was the last time something happened? You have all these things always running through your head. But what's really nice is once our executive leadership team created this and they started to take part in it, it's like I don't have to worry about my everyday kind of thing, like what's going on with COVID. I can actually worry about what I have to do and help maintain our customers safe rather than having to worry about what I have to do to take care of myself and then everyone else around me and maintain my job. So it's kind of like it takes away that stress of having to worry about something else.
Great. And I understand that now there's a broader team of people doing this disinfecting fogging work, and you guys call each other the Ghostbusters, and you're part of that. Can you say a little about that?
Yeah, so I'm part of the Ghostbusters team, and it's really fun. We have different people from different departments helping, regulatory, marketing, R&D. We have a part of our safety team. We still have ELT members. Kind of everyone is involved, and it's really great because it helps. Well, either if there's any gaps between departments, bridging that gap, but not only that, just communication in general. I don't really talk to R&D people every day, so it's kind of nice when I do team up with them and then get to work on fogging,
Great. So it sounds like it's been not only a good safety issue, but a way of building better communication and morale throughout the company.
Yeah, definitely. Especially right now, it's what it's needed. We have procedures that we have to follow and everything, and we have a designated area, and it's kind of just like, all right, let's get this going. Let's get this team going, and let's get what we have to get done.
Wonderful. Julian, let me pass it over to you to talk to Barb about some leadership questions.
Cool. Thank you, Ed. So Barb, we'd love to get your perspective on your role as a leader. And let's start off with the values. We know that you have 7 key values that guide y'all's work every single day, but a few of them really stand out to us. Can you talk about what the value of innovation and how leaders like yourself help people dare to be different and embrace new ideas?
Sure. So I think, you know, we have that ingrained in what we call our winning DNA, and we really look for elegant solutions to everyday problems. And we know those elegant solutions that are simple and beautiful in their simplicity are always going to come from the front line. Who knows what's happening? People like Melissa. So, you know, even the fogging Ghostbusters team story was an elegant solution to a larger problem of having the capacity within our facilities and campus team to make sure that we could do the daily sanitation and the broader. And so those ideas that come from every place of the business, embracing them and just making them so before we even stop to, you know, before we stop to come up with all the reasons why that wouldn't work. I think, you know, for values in general, I think what has been proven to us, again, through this COVID time is your values and your culture and your traditions and deeply held beliefs as an organization. Those are great on the sunny days, but when you really need them the most and is when things get hard. And it's the roadmap that made everything else a little bit easier during this time because we knew what the right thing for our employees and our customers and our business was going to be, and just executing became that much easier.
So let me ask you a question that is something that many members of our Great Place to Work community are asking right now, particularly during these times. It's about recognition, knowing that lots of folks are going above and beyond and doing things that are outside of their job scope to make sure that the business is successful and that people are taken care of. How are you all able to show recognition during these difficult times?
Well, I think part of it was using some of our core recognition programs that we already have in place, and it became the topic. We have a peer recognition program that is specifically about our values, where people get to honor their peers for the execution of our values. And in April, we saw a lot of COVID related. For example, our receptionist, Joyce, who we all know and love, sewed masks for all our employees at the front desk of our facility. She was up there with her sewing machine, and she sewed it for all our employees, their family members, and she had her iron in her whole thing going up there. And she was highly recognized for what she did as our very own Betsy Ross, I guess, to really help everyone through this. And we celebrated Joyce. We celebrate our Ghostbusters team. And our leaders have made sure that they have been here, walking around the building, keeping their rotation even elevated more, partly because in times of stress is when mistakes can happen and we don't ever want to take safety for granted. And secondly, it's just to make sure to look our employees in the eyes, check in, make sure they're okay. We have our corporate chaplain. We're part of Corporate Chaplains of America, and our corporate chaplain has been here more often than usual. And other programs like that, employee wellness, check-ins, reminding people of the great benefits. Those are all things that have been part of employee care in this time as being absolute necessity.
And one final question for you, Barb, for me. What's one piece of advice that you would give to another leader right now to help their organization not just survive COVID-19, but thrive during this time?
Sure. I think in challenging times, it would be easy to give up your traditions, those things that are a little bit harder to do or a lot harder to do in COVID time, and to just postpone, put them off, or cancel altogether. And I think that at the time where you need to bring your family together, traditions become more important than ever. So I would advise people, don't give up on the traditions because it's a challenging time. Find those creative ways, get to the root of why you do those traditions, what they mean to our people and organization, and try to find other ways to do them anyway. Traditions matter most in times like this, and stick with them.
Thanks, Barb. And Melissa, let's end with a related question for you. As an individual contributor, what advice might you give to other employees, especially ones that might be returning to work now, that haven't been going to their jobs like you have over the last several weeks?
I would say to go in always with a positive attitude. Even though it's challenging and it's so hard to go in and It might be scary and nerve-wracking. You always have to really go in positive and really trust that your leadership team is going to take that extra step to take care of you because you're going into work. Challenges are going to come up and it's going to be in the back of your head, but you have to remember that you're there to support your customers. And you also have to like really trust in your leadership that they're going to take care of what they can do to keep you safe because that's why you're there.
Thank you so much, Melissa. And we want to thank both you, Melissa, and Barb for speaking with us today. FONA International is doing inspiring things during this difficult time. And we also want to thank all of our viewers during this episode. Again, our purpose here at Work in Progress is to help us learn and get through this challenging time. And again, not just get through it, but make progress. Progress toward our mission here at Great Place to Work, which is to build a better world by creating great places to work for all everywhere. So thanks and see you next time.